The furthest west reach of House Donnell, Princeton, lies along the road west from Tanis, and a few days' ride east of White Sands. The small hamlet kingdom holds the reputation of keeping dozens of purple sheep. It is the only known source of purple wool in the entire realm. Kit Beringer is the woman in charge of the sheep farm and runs both purple wool trade as well as a smaller but growing wheat export. Her head farmer is Kyrick, her common-law husband. Kyrick is a mute with unknown origins but will defend his wife with the twin daggers he always carries strapped to his belt. Odd for a farmer. Ralp Calderon is a half-elf miner. He runs a quarry that sells iron ore to Andur's Rest. He is a half-elf with a son, Elina and Archie. His origins trace back to the human Douglas Calderon, where he got his name, and Elmira Inesta, who found each other in nature. The area where they met up is now named Maria's Covert. Ralph works and manages the mine together with Felix, his colleague and friend. He likes reading books and enjoying some tea at his window seat while Felix likes to fish.
The ruins of Agmarth lie just outside of Port Bray. During the First Nether War, the zombie pigmen had fought their way almost to the gates of the capital city. As the overlords and commanders gathered in Keep Agmarth, the Thieves Guild took it upon themselves to send a small group of bandits underground to plant TNT directly below the Nether rulers. They were discovered before escaping, and were forced to set off the TNT by hand, killing everyone in the process. The Nether army, with no commanders, were easily pushed back the following morning. Most historians agree Port Bray would have fallen that night if it weren't for the Thieves Guild and their sacrifice. This may be why, even to this day, Rangers mostly turn a blind eye to them.
Every kingdom needs a prison. Vasten is no exception. Sandrasku serves as the entire world's prison. Deemed unbreakable, Sandrasku welcomes all kingdoms and all houses to bring their criminals in and only charges wheat and food for payments to house them. The Sandy Kingdom has been a prison for generations, long enough for its prisoners to set up an entire city within its walls. King Croc rules over the city, keeping order for the most part, while allowing harvesting of sand and production of glass to trade for food. Once a month, visitors are allowed to enter the kingdom for the prisoner versus prisoner fights in the massive arena. There are stories of a massive drop from the top of King Croc's castle into the catacombs below to deal with his enemies. Sandrasku serves as the realm's biggest mob farm. Players can collect resources from a massive sorting system deep below the castle.
Stillpoint is one of the most recent attacks by the zombie pigmen. During the heat of the corn harvest, another portal burst open. A full evasion force poured out, striking down everyone in their path. The pigmen attacked fiercely, killing every living soul in the peaceful hamlet, burning down many of the buildings and returning to their fiery home before any defense could be mounted.